standing in 6'5", 230 pounds, looking like he's ready. Will is in the building. How we feeling today?
Amazing. Like $1 million.
Amazing.
I feel like I could rob a
Million.
bank right now.
I was. Hey man, look, it's the energy outside. It's oh man, how's life? How we doing? How we feeling today?
I'm feeling like a criminal, man.
Feeling all right, all right.
What about you? What
I'm
about you,
glad
my
you could
brother? How
address
you
that.
feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. We got uh different situation we were just texting about, but I got a family thing with Social Security going on. But besides that, um, I'm chilling right
Somebody
now.
trying to
It's
steal your identity.
not mine, but
Mm.
it ain't really an identity stolen thing. It's a what you call it? It's a I don't want to put the business out there like that. It's not a stolen identity thing. It's just a deal with Social Security, and Social Security, man, is they just one of the worst fucking people to deal with. Uh, okay, just take some back. And so they just being their own kind of pain in the ass. I wouldn't recommend. If you ever got to deal with Social Security, that shit sucks. They slow as hell. They just different kind of stupid. Um, but besides that, right now can't complain. Yeah, just another day. We're trying to do. Excuse me. It's Wednesday. Trying to make it through another week. Hopefully my internet don't crap out on me again like it did last week. Apologies for anybody we weren't or not last week, sorry, the week prior. Uh weren't here last week, had some stuff come up. 2 weeks prior, I know my internet was some ass. I'm trying to get that. They sent me a new modem and it's still been acting up, but should be better today. Hey, with that
If you
said, who
need
we been
somebody to
listening
steal
to?
you some new internet, let me know.
I I I bet. Who you been listening to this week? Sound like you've been listening to somebody violent this week.
Violent. I don't believe in listening
Who
to
you been
violent
listening
rap.
to? No
Chance the
violent rap,
Rapper.
only Kirk Franklin.
Chance the Rapper and Kirk Franklin.
Do niggas in Chicago even like Chance?
Yeah, Chance cool. Like the niggas in Chicago listen to Chance music like that? Probably not. But niggas in Chicago like that. Niggas fuck with Chance though.
Mm-hmm.
Chance, he cool. I done had
Okay,
Kirk
okay.
Franklin on repeat. I've been listening to Stomp by Kirk Franklin for the past week. That inspired the Shiesty today.
Franklin firing the shiesty is hilarious. That shit.
Kirk Franklin a
Oh,
real
so you
nigga.
gonna throw Kirk as your rapper? I mean, yeah. Him and Joel Osteen, it's like you got your choices.
Nah, Joel
Who do you
Osteen.
think robbed people more, Kirk Franklin or Joel Osteen?
Definitely Joel Osteen. Kirk Franklin gave niggas a classic.
There you go. Few of them. Few of them.
How many
I ain't never
classic
heard
records
Joel Osteen
Joel
go.
Osteen got?
Shit. Yeah, that's man. Look, that niggas. If we've learned anything, niggas will forgive you for sing real well. We'll look past a lot of shit. If you like, you can sing, you can make some records. And niggas will look past a lot.
Nah, that's cap.
Oh
I
man.
don't believe that.
Um,
I don't believe that one bit.
nigga, the city you live in, the city you live in forgives a nigga for singing really well.
No,
Like,
ain't nobody forgave R. Kelly.
oh man,
That's like me
niggas
being
expect.
that's like me being mad at Pooh Shiesty because he robbed Gucci Mane. Like I'm not the nigga to forgive him. The fuck?
Hey, we didn't talk about that, but it's always hilarious to me where I'm like, I'm very aware of like who I am, and like again, like I sit inside the house, like I watch anime, like I'm on my computer, like when niggas have like opinions on people being robbed at gunpoint, and they just swear they know how they would act in that moment. I'm like, yeah,
See, no, but I
or
don't
like
think. I
act
think
like
with the
you
Gucci
should
thing,
just
I said with the Gucci thing, it ain't about how he reacted in that moment. It's about everything he did after.
Hey, man, I'm not. Niggas was upset. He made a song and they said, "Oh, he snitched." I'm like, if you, I'm gonna be real. I'm snitching. You put me at gunpoint. I'm snitching. I'm telling everybody. I'm telling people that are involved and could do stuff about it legally. Like I'm not the nigga to hold up a gunpoint. I will fear for my life, 1,000%. Like I said, I'm inside. I'm not claiming nothing. I am a non-violent human. I'm telling. I'm just gonna be straight up with niggas. You point a gun at me. I'm telling. Uh, but I always just laugh when it's like you get these situations, and I'm just like, so many people, and I've had to actually do it, like, and not with guns and shit, but like, I've had where like potential fights or actual fights like outside of nightclubs between like the ages of 21 to 24. It's like I've actually had to be in a situation where it's like when shit goes down, it didn't let me know who to never go to nightclubs with again. But and so I'm like I have the confidence and I'm like, okay, I know how to react in this situation. You elevate that shit with a gun or a knife, I'm not trying to be involved. I'm not even trying to be there. So I'm not
Now
the nigga to
that's
comment when it's like, oh, he shouldn't have done this or he shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, somebody threatening your life, you gonna act different. You gonna move different. I promise you. If you so tough for that, don't act different and move different. Well, then congratulations, you tougher than me, and
my
I'm
question
okay with
is:
that.
did you forgive Pooh Shiesty?
Did I forgive Pooh Shiesty?
Yeah,
I have no feelings towards the man.
that's what I'm trying
I
to tell
I,
you.
I got I got I got no feelings towards the man. I'm not here to comment on. It is what it is. He felt. I will say this, and this is kind of the like rule in all these situations. Like again, I haven't been in that situation where like wherever his record deal was with Gucci and he was owed so many albums and he was basically stuck in whatever his contract was with Gucci. Like he felt he had to handle it a certain way, and that's between him, the niggas who was around him, and Gucci Man, and that all
So
it resolved
so
the way that it did.
how come that same logic don't apply to R. Kelly?
Because that's not a one time incident. Like
You
you
think?
got
Wait,
niggas that turn shit
hold
down
on,
and
hold
leave
on,
his multi like
hold on. You think a nigga named Pooh Shiesty? You think
hold
this was
on.
his first time robbing a nigga?
His first time robbing Gucci.
Like
Hey, look.
that nigga name is Pooh Shiesty. He's telling, I'm a shiesty nigga. This is what I do.
Hey, no, that's just funny. That's like when Fetty Wap got arrested and they was like, y'all niggas was shot. Fetty Wap went to jail for drugs. Like, and that's what we shocked about. Hey, look, man.
The nigga name is Fetty
Uh,
Wap.
that's so much you got to bag it with one. Shout out to Stove God, man. So he's actually on Kirk. Is Kirk gonna be your rapper of the week?
Nah, Kirk Franklin ain't my rapper of the week. Who be my rapper of the week? Let me see. Who I've been listening to? I feel like I got to do this every week, but
I'm
I
gonna be
really
real
be
basic
forgetting.
because it's. Nah, I do the same shit. I go like right before the episode starts. I just start going through my fucking phone. I'm like, all right, who was the last couple artists I listened to?
Yeah, I would have
I'm
had
gonna
that
continue
together,
the
but I
same
was trying to
trends that
find
I've
my
been
shiesty.
doing. I'm gonna try to continue the same trend. Not try to continue the same trend that I've been doing, which is like niggas know I'm not the most active when it goes to searching out new music. Uh, but when it's niggas that I like that are dropping, generally that's when they get my rap of the week because I'll start going through some old shit. And I'm not gonna change this week. So Drake got an album coming out on Friday. Iceman, I'm gonna listen to it, and so I've been listening to a lot of Drake this week. It just kind of is what it is. That nigga got a lot of shit, man. Like we'll talk about it a little bit later. Like that's a tough nigga to get out the paint. Like you would have to. There's almost no. Again, like stand culture aside, battle aside, like that's a hard nigga to get out of here if we just talking music.
Agreed. I don't know if I even got a rapper of the week. Sue Surf, that's my rapper of the week, actually. Shout out to my nigga Surf.
He's free now, right?
He is a free man. I think he like in the halfway house or some shit. So he been out maybe for about a month now, if that.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, shout out to Surf, man.
So yeah, that'll be my rapper of the week this week.
No, shout out to Surf. Speaking of, do you watch any of the Rick Ross French Montana verses?
No.
So it was kind of uneventful.
Two niggas. So number one, like, two
like,
niggas that I don't care to listen to. Like, and I actually fuck with Ross music. Like, I ain't never been a French guy. I think we talked about that before, but I know that's Tony Mann's. I ain't never been a French Montana guy.
No, I never been a French guy, and like I kind of like peeked in for a little bit. And it was one of those verses where it was just like they cool with each other, and so they weren't really trying to sit there and be like, I'm better than you. A lot of that like 2 or 3 of the round them just playing the same songs. So like do it more so to be like collaborative, to be like, hey yo, that's my guy. And Ross got a book out, Ross got an album coming out. French is doing the stuff with Max B, so it's like it was a big promotional event, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
What was hilarious though is Ross played I think it was Ashton Martin Music was the first one, and he was like, cut the Drake vocals. And it was like, cool, whatever. You don't follow. Then he goes on Apple Music, he does the radio show with Ebro and them, and he's like, listen, Drake, if you can hear me, like, I want you to shine. Like, niggas don't want you to fail. Niggas want you to succeed. Like, niggas wishing on your downfall. Like, that's not hip-hop. That's not how this game moves. At what point do we just call Ross weird? And not just Ross, but kind of all these people as we get towards this drop. Like, Ross was at pool parties that he didn't even have, like, he wasn't performing, didn't get an invite. Nigga just pulled up when they was playing Not Like Us. And was recording all these videos talking about, hey, yo, they calling you a pedophile. He did a show in Toronto, and he had his DJ. That's the one where he got punched at. He had his DJ just play Not Like Us. Mind you, the nigga had his own diss record he could have played. If he wanted to go there and be like, oh, I can say fuck you in your city, like, Ross put out a diss record.
Ain't nobody
and it was like,
shit.
I'm going to play Not Like Us. I know nobody listened to that shit. I was the only nigga to listen to it like 2 days after it came out. Like, the record was cool, but it's obviously got overshadowed. But I was like, I gave it a listen like a week later. Again, it was cool. It was just overshadowed, obviously. This is just weird, right? Like, if you sitting there telling me, like, at the lowest point of my career, you going to pool parties talking about, oh, niggas calling you a pedophile, you trying to go to my city playing diss records, and now, because I got an album coming out, you want to sit there and say, man, we want you to shine. We don't want you to fail. Like, that's just weird behavior, right?
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I would say it's definitely weird. I think niggas feel that way about Rick Ross, period. Even outside of the beef, like, Rick Ross is probably one of the people who like, somebody, like, as far as the industry goes, people have kind of always been divided on.
Just like because of the like persona of Ross, or
yeah, like you got like it's like I don't know. I mean, and like I think Tony kind of said I don't even know what Tony said in the group chat. I know he said something about Ross in 2026, but it's like nobody care what Rick Ross talking about.
Oh, he said me fucking with Ross, like calling Ross my rapper of the week in 2026 was crazy. But Ross he was putting out an album, and I made me go back and listen to him, and Ross got some shit, man. Like, Ross got a great
Ross
job.
put out an album.
He's going to. So when he announced the album is when I went and listened to it. And I was listening to some of his old shit. Because again, it just made me go, oh shit, Ross put out some shit. Let me go back and listen. And so, and again, Ross has a great discography, had a great run. He said during the same interview, he was like, when I was the biggest nigga in the game, I was putting niggas on. And I'm like, Ross, at no point you like the biggest nigga in the game. Like, I don't know at what point in your career you thought that. Because, like, most people would say his peak is either his debut album, which is 07.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm like, you wasn't bigger than Hove, you wasn't bigger than Wayne, you wasn't like there was multiple niggas I could go down the list that you wasn't bigger than at that point. If you want to say like MMG, like when you was like you, Meek, and Wale were doing all this shit, God forgives I don't. You again weren't bigger than the niggas on Young Money. Like even if you want to say Wayne had fallen off in that point, it was like Drake and Nicki. You could argue were number 1 and 2, and then post that like you ain't bigger than Future. You ain't bigger like there's a Ross just at no point was the biggest nigga in the game. So shout out to him. Like have all the confidence in the world, but also don't lie. Like don't piss and call that extra ring.
Yeah, like he had a
Like
point where he was like probably top 5, but he was never like number 1.
no, it's a fact. Like, and again, Ross has great discography. He's had a great career, made a bunch of money. Poured him out in 2006. My bad. Excuse me. The but that shit was like, and not just Ross is like I put in there like excited for Iceman is like there's other people like Joe's going through this right now like Joe Budden. They're like, oh, can y'all be like hyped for Iceman after all the shit you said? And a lot of people have been trying to downplay what they said. And like here, I think we kept it pretty constructively to like just music. Like even Tony, who's probably been the harshest about Drake, where he's just like, I'm not. He will listen at some point, but he's not rushing to listen to Drake music. He's not sure if Drake could put out a hit or could put out some record in 2026. But it's always been just musically. Some of these guys who
And
literally like
I
going
think
at
part of
Drake
it
like
with
he's a
Tony
person.
though, I think part of it with Tony too though is I think Tony kind of was feeling that way before the beef. Like not as
No,
far like
1,000%.
yeah, so it's like I think the problem is like not even the problem, but I think the thing with Tony is Tony felt that way pre-beef, and I think it's a lot of niggas who switched up like during the beef or post-beef.
Mm-hmm. No, 1,000%. And again, he kept it to just music. He was just like, I don't like jokes aside. Like everybody was getting the jokes off. Fine, that's a different story. But even like Joe going and saying like, "Oh, Drake, don't try to shoot at me when you ice cold. I only want to do that shit when you was lit. Like I don't want to fight against the corpse." If you are Joe Budden and you have
Who
distanced
said that? Joe said that.
prior to podcasting, Joe said that. Joe is dissed, and again, you and I are two of the few people who are like generally like Joe Budden's music. Like we were Joe Budden music fans even before the podcast.
I'm saying like
You
come
can't be
like
the nigga to
he
say
like
I'm not gonna fight a corpse.
he dissed Drake when he was ice cold.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you were the corpse, and you was out here trying to throw shots. Like you can't say that. And so
And I was the nigga
like
bumping making of a murderer, cause that's still my shit.
same. Like he was. It was that what's the one where it's the pictures like the baseball players when they knocked out Hogan
That's
about 2 weeks
making
ago.
a no. What is that one? Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up. But he was cooking. Yeah.
Like
What you say was called?
I think it was. I think it's just called Wake.
Wake. Yeah.
Like
Wake. That was fire.
and it was after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Joe was rapping his ass off. Like Drake didn't give a fuck. Drake responded to him in one fucking line, and nigga said, "Ah, Drake got him." And I'm just like, "Yeah, Joe, you don't got the star power to fuck with him," which is fine. But because you've been there, you can't now just because like you're on a different level of stardom because your podcast. You can't be talking about. And with all respect to the podcast, Joe Budden, the podcaster, is not bigger in hip hop and or like he still is not a bigger entity than Drake.
Yeah. He's not a bigger podcaster than Drake is an artist. Yeah. He not a big.
Absolutely.
Like, he ain't the nigga that could get the shit off that Stephen A. got off when he was talking about being more famous than the players. Like.
No, 1,000%. That's a great comparison. That's 1,000% correct. Like, yeah, you big. It like you are absolutely.
And Joe still my nigga. Like even though I don't follow that shit. Like I don't listen to the podcast like nowhere near as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. I'll still check it out every once in a while. But like yeah, you spent most of your career like shooting up, whether that was you dissing Hov, whether that was you dissing Drake, whoever it was. So it's like that's your bag actually.
Him and Game, like every nigga you shot at, you was below. Like you never aimed down once. But I guess to I'll ask you this is like, because here's the reality, and we know different. Everybody's going to be talking about Iceman to some degree. It is still one of the biggest artists in the world dropping an album, and whether you want to hear Drake just go back to doing the kind of music he used to do, you want to hear Drake move on from the beef, go take shots at so and so, whoever, like, niggas is gonna be listening to it. Is it hypocritical, or I guess should be some kind of referendum on, like, quote unquote, who can talk about it based off of comments that were made during that stretch and since the Drake and Kendrick feud? That the niggas that was really shitting on him, like, should they also be covering Iceman in the same way?
Yeah, and I guess are you saying like from the aspect of they just gonna shit on it regardless of whether they actually think it's good or not, or are you saying like from the aspect of like can they switch up if all of a sudden it's fire and they try to
Yeah, like, can
basically
they act like,
come back to the other side?
I don't even want to say the other side because I'm not trying to talk about the stand shit, but like, stand on what you said. So, like, if you sat there and said, "Oh, I just don't think he could ever," like, and I'm not trying to use Tony as an example for this, but like, if you were somebody who's just like, "Oh, Drake is dead," and then if you sit there and go, "Oh no, Iceman is fire," then you at least need to start that shit off with, "Hey yo, I was dead ass wrong." Like, I was there for the moment. The moment felt crazy and it felt like it kept ample, the Super Bowl, all this shit. I was just dead ass wrong. Like, acknowledging what you said, I think is the fair point. Like, should you have to acknowledge that before talking about or reviewing Iceman?
I mean, I don't think you have to. Like, and I think one thing about it, if you're a big enough person in the media space, I think the fans are gonna make sure you know what you said before.
No, it's a fact.
So I mean, I don't necessarily think you have to, but I think all of this shit live on the internet. So if you were out here talking crazy and you a big enough person in the space, like they definitely gonna let you know, like yeah, you basically switched that, which I don't even think it's, I wouldn't even call it switching up because it's like you could have felt that way in the moment. You could have felt like, oh, this nigga can't ever come back from this, and then he dropped some shit and you like, oh, you get new information and you're able to be like, maybe I was like, ah, yeah, no, that shit fire. Because it's like, I guess what would be worse, them saying like, oh yeah, Iceman is fire, or them, or Iceman actually being fire, and they kind of saying, oh no, this shit ass, when everybody else saying it's fire, because now you're trying to downhill.
I think so. I just think both of the wrong opinions. Meaning that, like, and again, it's no one should be treating, like, you can be a fan of somebody, like, obviously, like, we're fans of certain artists and that shit's fine, but like, I do think it's weird when, like, I get hyped during like a basketball game or a football game, right? Like, my team scores, they get a big win, whatever. Like, I'm hyped, I'm excited. I don't get that feeling when it comes to music in that same way. Like, I ain't sitting there like, if Drake put out a fire album, whoever the artist is, right, puts out something crazy, and it's just like, I'm not gonna sit there and be going like, oh fuck yeah. Like, I'm not gonna have that same reaction, and I don't think we should treat music dropping like sports. Like, you should have, like, because if you get that excited for like a grown man just putting out some songs, like, we gotta chill. Like, I know we had the Michael Jackson convo, and he's in his own different class the way he was having people react to shit he was doing. But
I
like,
mean, you could view that,
you
you could
should
view
be
that shit the
reacting
same though.
like Michael Jackson.
You could view that shit
You
the
said
same
what?
if you want to. I said you could view that shit the same if you want to. Like, you getting that hype for watching
I
niggas
mean,
throw a
you
ball with a
could, but
hoe.
like,
you,
I think it's because like the team aspect versus like you doing it for like one person. Like, it looks wild if you doing it for like
but
one person.
that's like when you talk about
I
niggas
guess it's
that's
not.
like, that's like when you talk about niggas that's fans of specific players though. Like if you're a LeBron fan or if you're a Steph fan, and maybe not a Warriors fan, but you're a Steph fan, or like all the LeBron fans that was Cavs fans, then Heat fans, then Cavs fans again, and now they Lakers fans.
I guess that should just, it feels. I can't say it on a microphone, but it feels weird when you're doing it for like one person who's dropping a record. Um, like, the stand shit is obviously going to look nuts. Like, if you just sit there and say like, "Oh, I'm a Kendrick fan," and so anything Drake drops his ass, it's like, I guess let me sidebar this real quick. Why do niggas care so much about like being a
Hold on, yeah.
fan of one individual person, not just being a fan of somebody?
Hold on.
Yeah. Um, well, who gets back here real quick. But I appreciate everybody just real quick. Appreciate everybody who is hanging out with us live. Do not forget, you can check us out YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. Trying to post every single day. You can find us. Go find us on Instagram, wherever you got your social media. Follow, like, subscribe. Got more shit coming out. Tony will be back with us next week. He's dealing with some stuff, and so, but he'll be back here next week. Again, just anybody. Shout out to anybody who's tuning in to group chat. Shout out to anybody tuning in to A&M. That's come back tomorrow. Hopefully we have a chapter by then. We'll see. Shout out to anybody listening to Hard Foul Radio. Yes, I am trying to work on my internet. Yes, I know I look a little fuzzy right now, but I got hopefully the fingers crossed, better internet on the way. So, but do want to give a huge shout out, people. We're also going to be bringing back, if you are listening, we're going to be bringing back reviewing comments like on TikTok, Twitter, TikTok especially, because that's where we get a lot of our comments right now. And so, sending you stuff from there. If you have, if you are leaving comments on the TikTok section, we are going to try to get to them, respond to them, have a little bit of interaction. Uh, Again, that's the fun part about being live is we can sit there, respond to it live. Let's do a little sports update real quick. All right, we back. Why Drake Kendrick obviously was a huge deal. I'm not gonna try to sit there and down it. But like all our other all-time beefs, I don't feel like it's as weird with like a lot of people are fans of Tupac and Biggie. Both of them. A lot of people are fans of both Jay and Nas. Like, is it just the internet, or why is like, this one's particular so weird in terms of like, no, if I'm a fan of Kendrick, I can't be a fan of Drake, or vice versa?
I definitely think the internet has like a part to play in it, and I think even when we talk about like stan culture, and I don't know if that's where we are just in general, but I think when you talk about social media, when you talk about maybe getting more of like an inside look into the lives of these people, you feel a lot more like connected to them than you did in the past, because the only time you seen them was when they were performing, when they were on interviews. Like, they weren't going live, they weren't uploading themselves doing regular shit.
No, it's valid. It's, and I'm aware I'm asking the wrong question because you're like a real human being. You go outside, you got real responsibilities. Besides exactly Mello, what's the closest you felt like you ever got to like a stand of a certain like person, celebrity, act, player? Like, what's the closest you ever felt? Like, Melo's obviously your number one. I'm assuming we said your obvious number one. What is the closest you felt like besides him you've ever gotten to that point?
I don't know if I've ever gotten like closer than that, and I wouldn't even say that was close, because it was never like anything. Like, even with Melo, it was always basketball related. Like, I just thought that
Like,
nigga was a great basketball player. So it's like I'm just trying to think like if it was ever anybody who I felt like
as a kid, is there somebody you feel like? And kids look at it from like a different point of view, just because like that. Because you have less responsibilities when you're a kid, you have less like real world impact on shit. Sometimes you can be like super obsessed with like your favorite athlete, your favorite player. You ever felt like you got to that?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like, upset. I don't think so. Like, I'm just trying to think back to even like maybe my favorite athletes or artists or things like that as a kid. I don't know if I ever got. I don't know if I ever got there. And like, I mean, it may be weird. Like, that may be not normal. Like, as far as like, because I think I ain't gonna say most people do. I think because of the online shit, like a lot of people do it. You see a lot of people, but I don't know if I've ever got to that point. Because even when it comes to sports and shit, like if I'm watching the Bears, like even like, you know, when you talk about like the Bears and me being a Bears fan, and maybe, you know, of course that's the team as a whole, I may Like when the Bears game is going on, or when they lose a game, a close game, it's like in the moment I might be like I think I get like maybe frustrated, annoyed, down about it in the moment, but I get over it super quick. Like it's not something that
Mm-hmm.
like ruin my night type shit. Like or that's even gonna carry over into the next day. And sometimes it might be like, all right, I know I got to talk about this shit tomorrow. Whether it's talking about it with like friends, coworkers, or like in the group chat and shit like that. But I don't know if I don't know if there's ever been anybody who I've been like a stand, or like a who I've like been a stand over. Like I think like when I
I'm
talk
always
about like,
curious.
go ahead.
Oh no, keep going. I was gonna say I'm always curious if it's as simple as the internet, right? Because like I don't know how to like tell younger people of like, all right, like if you was like Steph to me is somebody who's got stands behind him, right? And it's like there's niggas that'll tell you, and I think Steph's one of the greatest players. Everything's the second greatest point guard ever. Like I give him all his acknowledgments and his accomplishments. And catch me on the day after he drops 50. I might tell you he's better than Magic. I might be wrong, but on the right day, you can convince me. It's hard to tell somebody. It's like if the internet existed, like AI to me is the nigga who was like, would you be considered a stan? Because like we held AI in a higher regard than like just a normal basketball player. Somebody like Shaq obviously had popularity. Um, Kobe obviously played. He played into the even early Kobe when those Laker teams. Like, I wonder why, beyond just the internet factor, like we were able to be like normal about, even though we elevated AI. I don't feel like people were weird about it, right? Like even
Actually,
though Shaq was this huge celebrity.
I'll take it back though. I think it may be the same as it was back then, but you just didn't see it as much because of the internet. So like you couldn't see a nigga from across the country being a stan because you had no way to see that he was a stan outside of the internet. So like the culture, maybe like stan culture maybe hasn't changed, but maybe the access to it, like the access to see people being stans, is
No, that's
what's
valid.
more of a thing now. Like when they talk about I remember a couple of years ago when it was like a lot of news. It was news like all the time, like about this plane went down or this plane crashed, and they were like planes aren't like going down at a frequency higher than before. You
Mm-hmm.
just hearing it more. You hearing more about it
No, one
now
thousand
than you
percent.
did before. So it's like the way that we able to get the information is just so different to where now like it's just more in our face than it was before, but it don't mean the frequency at which it occurred actually changed.
No, there's some validity to that. And do you? I guess with that though, and obviously like, you ever seen a nigga be like a stan in real life? Like
I feel like I have.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like I'm wondering is because like you would obviously get into like middle school, high school. Like again, like I said, I grew up in California. Like it's why I reject the whole thing of like, oh, Braun was just clearly better than Kobe between like 08 to 2010, and I'm like, no, he wasn't, because like niggas was willing to sit there and fight and argue. Like that was a genuine argument, and it was like Kobe got the back-to-back titles, and it felt like okay, this argument is obviously Braun has caught up and surpassed him. But like in that moment, when Kobe had 5 and LeBron had 0, you could not tell a nigga from California anything about that conversation. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was not a real convo. Like, and Kobe was already cemented as one of the greatest players ever. But that would have been like the closest I feel like you would have gotten in. Like, I guess is that different than stan culture of like you arguing about like, oh, who's better, Kobe Bron, or oh, who's better, AI Shaq, or who's better, T Mac, like early T Mac Kobe. Like, are those just those being on the internet versus those happening at your high school, your middle school? Is that really the only difference we got in quote unquote stan culture? Like, I don't know if that
Nah,
makes sense,
Stan.
but that's kind of
I
like
think
my brain was
Stan.
processing it.
I think stand culture goes more into like how far you willing to take it. So it's like when you
That's
say
fair.
like, is this just a debate or like, isn't it like is niggas willing to fight over something like that?
No, that's a fact.
like
The
you ever so like I think we talked about it. Um, I don't know what we were doing when we were doing. Maybe we were doing an album list or something like that, and me and Tony were kind of talking about like the intro to the Chief Keef song "Love Sosa."
hmm
And you heard that intro before? Well, I'm sure you heard it, but
I've heard I don't have it off the top of my head, but
like I'm gonna play it real quick. Like, and I won't play the song, of course, but just the intro. And
mhm.
like that's like what stan culture is, because it was a nigga. Let me see if I'm gonna pull it up on here and share my screen. But essentially, it was a nigga basically like going crazy about people disrespecting Chief Keef, a nigga that don't know Chief Keef.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about.
So
It's
like
like
to
they saying
me,
like, oh, Chief Keef ain't hard, Chief Keef ain't this, Chief Keef ain't that, like, right?
right, and this is like, but yeah, and it's like this is a nigga that don't know Chief Keef. Let me see.
Hey, no, that is the funniest shit.
Me, always in a barber shop. Chief Keef ain't about this. Chief ain't about that. My boy a BD on fucking Lamron and them. He they say don't be nigga put on no work. Shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas ain't no shit. All you motherfuckers talking about Chief Keef ain't no hitter. Chief Keef ain't this. Chief Keef a fake. Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't live with that nigga. Y'all know that nigga got caught with a rat shit. Shooting at the police and shit. Nigga been on probation since fucking I don't know when. Motherfucker, stop fucking playing them like that. Them niggas savages out there. If I catch another motherfucker talking sweet about Chief Keef, I'm fucking beating their ass. I'm not fucking playing no more. Know them niggas roll with Lil Reese and them. Did you not?
Ah, that's it's funny as shit though. When niggas don't even know you, and they
But
act like they know you.
like a nigga like
That
he's
shit.
just a fan. And he
Yeah,
said if I catch another
no, that's a great.
motherfucker
That's a
talking
great.
slick about Chief Keef, I'm beating their ass. Like that's a stand.
I so like. See, that's the shit. So I do think that is like the divide of, and I say it all the time. Part of the reason why like I'm okay talking about like the topics we discuss here is like why I'm cool talking about sports, why I'm cool talking about anime, why I'm cool talking about music. It's because in the back of my head, even when we have like, and I get it, I'm more animated because I do take sports. I can take sports more seriously talking about them, and know in the back of my head this shit don't matter. Like it's not a real life issue. It is not something that's gonna, like you said, you know, anybody that watched the live stream, like I live streamed the Broncos Patriots AFC Championship game, and like niggas saw like those super that high. I was excited as hell. I saw that first touchdown pass, and then I saw them niggas lose that game. Fucked me up for about 30 minutes, and then I was like, all right, I'm on to like I got real life and shit to do, and so why I guess where like the stand part comes into it is like these niggas take that shit super seriously. Again, I was a part of the Kobe Bryant conversations in high school, and I was like, "Nah, Bron can't fuck with Kobe. Like he's got like he at that time, hilariously enough, it was like, yeah, you got to win one. Like the nigga can't have five and you have zero, and we call this a conversation. Um, and so, but it was like I didn't know like rest in peace, like, but I didn't know Kobe. I had no attachment to Kobe Bryant the person. It was like my entire relationship was I saw this nigga through a TV, and he was dope at playing basketball through a TV, and that was about it. I was a big Chris Paul fan. I don't know Chris Paul. Like my relationship with Chris Paul was through a TV, and so
But like that, but that ain't like yeah. So it's
I
like
guess that like
that
that
ain't stand
separation.
culture though. Yeah, because it's like stand culture is like I'm willing to like you willing to go as far for them as you would like somebody you know, like a friend or family or something like that. Like you willing to fight over Chris Paul like you would fight for one of your friends or some shit like or
Yeah,
to me that's like stand because you feel like y'all connected. You feel like you know them like these people like the barbs like for you to be a barb for you to call yourself a barb, or like if you was like if your name on social media is something Minaj,
Yeah,
or
I'm
like
not doing that. All those Muse accounts, where it's just like the player name Muse, like yeah,
you know, yeah. So
that's
it's
going too
like
far.
yeah, I think it's
The
different, and I think it's probably. I don't think it's that many stands out there. I think it's a lot of stands out there. I don't think it's as many as we think, but I also don't think that it's. I don't think that the number is higher than maybe it would have been in the past. Like we saying like
you're just seeing
Michael
more.
Jackson had niggas fainting.
That's that's and maybe that's weird when you hit like certain levels of like if the world just loves you, like it's not viewed quote unquote as like for example, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is my opinion, I'm just bringing up an example, don't attack me. When you are as loved as a Michael Jackson, a Beyonce, Adele, they don't even call it stan culture anymore. It's just accepted behavior for some of these people who are at the highest ends of popularity, right? And like obviously everything's retrospective. We already talked about Mike a couple weeks ago. Like I'm not comparing Beyonce or Adele's fame to Michael Jackson, but like even the Taylor Swift shit. She's one of the most popular people on the planet. So it's not even from the outside. Those of us that aren't Taylor Swift fans, we might look at it and be like, "Oh, y'all are bugging. Like this is weird." But there's so many of them that it's not even viewed as a stand culture. It's just accepted norms, like these high end levels of popularity. Um,
But that's what I mean though, because it's
I'm
like
curious. This
the shit when it come to like Michael Jackson and shit like that, like niggas passing out, like
yeah, that shit is
niggas fading
it's
when you
different.
walk into the room like that. To me, you more that person is more of a stand than a nigga that's willing to argue with it. Like you let this nigga send you to the hospital.
and, I, and there's like a to the. It's weird because I think it only applies right living. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. But living, I think this only applies to like two or three people. Where like they just change how niggas act in front of them. I think Beyonce does it. I think if Beyonce walks in a room, I think people genuinely act different. I think Michael Jordan, when he walks in a room, like you were all the NBA players. It's just like they respect LeBron and Kareem. They're like, yo, these all-time greats, Magic. It's like, oh man, these are the greatest niggas ever. And then anytime you hear them talk about Michael Jordan, it's like, oh no man, like you ain't been in a room with him before. Like this nigga floats, he flies into a room, and it's like that is technically stand behavior, but it's just become like accepted as a part of like dealing with Michael Jordan. Um, the like even LeBron don't have that. Like as popular as LeBron is, and because again, so much of his career is with the internet, there's a bunch of LeBron stands, but you don't have niggas in real life being man, like oh man, if I saw LeBron, it'd be this. I saw brother like we got years of like these weird story, like grown ass men being like, nah man, I was shook when MJ walked in the room. Because this kind of goes with the LeBron conversation, and the Lakers obviously got swept. No one thought they were beating the Thunder. But I do want to talk about potential of LeBron. I also want to, while we're on the stand topic, do we have because we talked about most hated players a few weeks ago. And Jason Tatum was kind of the runaway winner for most hated player. Once you get past like in 2 to 3 years, KD might try to play until he's 45 because he don't got shit else to do. But let's say hypothetically, KD's retired, Steph is retired, Bron's retired, all the old guys, right? Are there still players that like incite stand behavior? Like I feel like a nigga like Devin Booker, as great as he is, and I think Devin Booker's probably gonna find his way to the Hall of Fame. Like some as good as someone like Donovan Mitchell is, I don't feel like they have stands to obviously to the level of like a LeBron, Steph, KD. Like, are there niggas in the league who still incite stand behavior? Or is the league gonna be struggling for that? I
You
guess
saying
Wemby,
like
but
post, and are we saying
it's almost
post
clear.
like we saying like post LeBron, Steph, and
The,
KD?
yeah, like get all the I'm probably forgetting somebody. Get all the old niggas out, right? So like if you just 35 and up, like all right, you done. I know I'm probably forgetting a couple of guys, but like those are obviously the three most prominent. Um, are we gonna have like are there still that many players that incite that stand level of niggas is gonna sit there online and go to bat for them to that crazy ass way.
I don't know. I think Luca is one. Yeah, I
Do
would say
niggas
I think
does Luca have stands, or do niggas just love to hate Luca? Because I'm not. I might be in this the side that loves to hate Luca, but it's like I've obviously never been like the biggest fan. I respect what he does. Every next, I don't. I can acknowledge it's my because I put y'all kill me for the SGA shit, but I'm like I put the Luca SGA Harden, like there's just this style of play to me that I feel like I'm consistent about, so it's not hypocritical.
I don't think I kill you for the SGA
So I
shit.
kind of view. I mean, niggas. I saw the. We all
I
saw
think
the
I think
stupid
you a
moment. I
hater, but
said
I
it.
don't kill you for it because I think I think we view a lot of that shit the same. But like you have hate in your heart and I don't. So I think that's the difference. Like I think when it comes to that
Hey,
style of
yo.
play, I think me and you view a lot of this shit the same because we've always been kind of on the same page with that. Like I just like it just is what
I
it
don't
is
hate
though.
in my heart.
You hate that. Come on, my
I'm trying.
nigga.
As a nigga trying to talk about this 5 days a week for a living, sometimes you can't like everybody, man. Like that's just a part of the sports. Like you can't like everybody, and I know the kind of niggas that don't like to watch play basketball, and so yeah, I'll be a hater. If SJ, if it, yeah, I can talk. If SGA doesn't have any haters, I ain't here no more. So I'll roll with it. Um, the like I guess like that. Like I don't feel like right now because of like the topics like officiating the Thunder as a whole. Like if the Thunder weren't winning titles, I don't think niggas hate SGA. Like niggas will always hate whoever's winning, and that's just a part of sports. But like I don't feel like Jokic does that to people. I don't feel like SGA does that to people. We'll see if Wemby gets there. Again, I expect the Spurs to win a bunch here in the future, so like maybe that will make niggas start being like, "Hey, oh, this shit is rigged. They let this 7-5 nigga in the league, and it's all fucked up now." Um, but I just don't think we have like quote unquote stand level players, which is like a weird ass metric. Post the old guys, because even someone like James Harden, I think has him still, even though he's no longer in the prime of his career.
Yeah,
Like
it's
who's like
definitely
the
still some
easiest to
James.
either
I
like
think it's definitely still some James Harden stands out there, but I don't know. I guess time will tell. Time will tell.
I expect the Spurs and Thunders. Like I guess do we consider Tatum that? Like niggas love to hate Tatum. I don't know if Tatum really has stands though.
Yeah, I don't think Tatum got stands. I think Wemby would probably be like Wemby would probably be one that has stands. I think Wemby is probably one of the more interesting like um, people like when it comes to like just how people view him.
Wemby's gonna make it hard for niggas like me. Like I feel bad for y'all niggas that like is 6'9". Like if you about 18 years old right now, you 6'9" and can't play basketball, I feel bad for you because Wemby being the best player in the sport, like it's good for basketball, right? Because LeBron looks like he should be the basketball player. The nigga 6'9", 250, like athlete, like he looks like he should be a great basketball player. If the tallest nigga that most people know is the best player in the league, I got shit for like, man, you 6'9", you can't play. It's like you can't play now, and the face of the league is just like, oh, of course, the best basketball player in the world, just the tallest nigga anybody knows. Like, it's gonna be rough for y'all out there. So if you in high school right now, just know, and nobody else got you, just know, Justin, I feel you, because they gonna be giving you hell if you can't play. You got 2 left feet and you 6'7" or taller. Boy, I don't want to be you. you have a rough time. Because it'll be grown men like, and this is one of the issues. It's like when you have like the press game, the post game conferences, and niggas talking about it. Like the Timberwolves yesterday, Ant was just like, they're like, so what was the struggle? What was the struggle today? And he was just like, you see Wemby, you the 7'5" nigga, the 7'5", in the like he make it break shots, like he shoot over everybody. We got Rudy Gobert, he shoots over him, and it's like
That's why, but
just do it.
that's why I
If he's
think
on, it's over with.
that's why I feel like Wemby is kind of like one of the more because Wemby is doing like when you think about like tall niggas like playing basketball like and they look at a nigga being tall and be like you should be able to hoop. And
Mm-hmm.
like when Wemby is the nigga that can like he's the tall nigga that can actually hoop like you know and I think but I feel like it's one of those things where he get like Wemby ain't like more skilled than like a lot of the niggas in the league. It's just that he's taller than everybody in the league and maybe just as skilled
Oh yeah,
as some of the, so it's kind of
one
like
thousand
one of
percent.
those. I think that's why it's like for me it's like I'm always kind of weird about Wemby because it's like you 7'5". Like to me it's like this is what you should be doing. Like as far as when you talk about the evolution of like the game and you talk about the evolution of like tall niggas like when you see KD and you start seeing like all these other like tall niggas become more skilled. Even a nigga like who I wouldn't say who's definitely not at the level of a Wemby or even at the level of a Chet. But when you talk about like a nigga like Bol who came in when he came in like with the skill set that he had, and of course that never panned out to be anything like a Wemby or like I said even a Chet. But like when you talk about like a nigga like Chet, like that's the evolution of like niggas being tall. So it's like
Yeah.
sometimes I look at it and I'm like, yeah, this nigga killing, but I also look at it and be like, that's what you should be doing when you the tallest nigga in the NBA.
No, and that's again, it's the
So
different
like
body
I think
types,
when I
but
look
it's
at
the same.
oh, go ahead.
I was like, it's different body types, but this was again the problem with, and this is when I grew up, which is why I was getting hell. It was like when Shaq was the best player, it was like, yeah, it's really tough. It's really easy to understand. Be like, well, yeah, the nigga who's 7'1" and 300 pounds, and he's just moving niggas out the way. Like, of course he's the best basketball player on the planet. Like, he's fucking bigger than everybody. This is the sport that incentivizes and rewards you for being taller, bigger, stronger, and faster. Like football and baseball do it to different degrees, but it's like height is so synonymous with basketball more than is any other sport. And so it's like it's gonna be interesting. I think it's
I
right
think
now
that's why
niggas
like
different.
that's why it's hard for like a big man to ever be like considered the greatest of all time though.
Oh no, that's 1,000%. Because
Because
we
it's
will,
like you know you start looking at when niggas start talking about pound for pound type shit
yeah.
get make Steph Curry 7'5",
Oh,
make
totally.
Michael
No,
Jordan
no,
7'5", make Kobe Bryant 7'5", make Allen Iverson 7 like you know what I mean. So it's like
hmm
would you still be who you are if you were 6'3" instead of 7'5"?
that's that's correct, and because I think that's why it was, and I think Jordan's better than him. I'm not trying to start arguments, but yeah, not so much with you, but just like comments of people. I think that's why it was also accepted that like you could argue when Jordan got into the league, the five greatest players were all 7 foot and taller, right? Like
You said well,
Russell,
who got into the
Wilt,
league? Oh,
Kareem. When Jordan got into the league, if you were to say like, all right, 1986, so who's the five greatest NBA players of all time? You're probably gonna see like the names you're gonna consistently see is like Kareem's gonna be in there because he's done most of his winning, is most of his MVPs by then. Wilt and Russell are obviously gonna be in there. Uh, Nick probably have this person most likely, and he's 6'9". Like Magic, Bird 6'10". Like it was all super tall niggas. So it's like because of that though, once Jordan was averaging 30 a night and doing 35 a night, it was like, oh, of course he's better than Wilt because even though Wilt has all these stupid numbers, Wilt was 7 foot in the league with 13 teams, 14 teams, and the tallest nigga next to him was only Bill Russell, right? Like he was the only person who could see him eye to eye. And so it's like, oh, of course Michael's better. And you're gonna have some of that with Wemby. I think some of the skill is gonna help offset that because again, it's the problem with grading Shaq is like I think Shaq's one of the 10 greatest basketball players ever. but he's also the easiest one to be like, yeah, but if you took away like that, if Shaq was 6'1", do we even know? And that's just a part of his career because he only did one thing, which is I'm gonna be strong as hell and I'm gonna dunk the fucking ball. And he did it. He was great at it. I'm not gonna knock him, but like that's what he did. Um, it's why Kevin Durant is rated so highly because like this nigga's 7 foot and he plays the way 7-footers don't normally play. Um, but I guess I'll ask this: I think there's a better chance than most people that LeBron's just done. And my two main reasons are I don't think a I don't really think it's LeBron's decision entirely because the same way it was with Brady was willing to blow up his family to keep playing football, which is say what you will about it, that was what he was willing to do. I don't think LeBron wants to do that, and I do think Savannah is much closer to the nigga come home stage than the oh yeah keep going out and playing. Maybe Bronny being on the team, maybe that is obviously an incentive because it's like although he played well in the Houston series, it's like, oh, well, nigga might not if you're not there, and maybe that's also an impact. But I think she's got a much bigger say in that than people want to give credit for. And I don't think, while the farewell tours are dope, if you've been famous as long as LeBron James has been famous, and it's not like your fame is LeBron's fame isn't going to drop off a cliff when he stops playing. Like he's still one of the most famous people on the planet, sports, entertainment, etc. Like I kind of do believe him when he's like, I don't need a farewell tour. Or at least that's the report. And I kind of believe that. Because this nigga's had a tour and more media attention than most humans since he was 15, 16 years old. So I think there is a decent chance he retires. Um, what do you think is the likelihood LeBron's played his last NBA game?
I think it could happen. I think it could be his last. I think it could definitely be his last game. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I know. I think it could be, but I think it would. It really depends on how he feels about the Lakers as a whole, though, because I don't see him going nowhere else. Like I don't see him.
So the two
I don't see him
locations.
up and moving the family or anything like that. I don't see that happening.
So
Especially at the end of your
I
career
agree
like
with
this.
that. So the other two teams that he's been supposedly linked to, if he were to leave LA, right?
The
So the
Warriors.
one is Cleveland. Yeah, uh, Cleveland only because when it comes to like uprooting family and shit, he doesn't technically have to. They already have a house in Cleveland. Obviously, he's only has one kid now in public education. Obviously, Bryce and Bronny. Bronny's in the league. Bryce is in college in Arizona, so it's just Zuri, right? So she would go back to Cleveland, which he's already technically been in school with. And technically, if he knows it's for like one last year, he might not even technically move. But they've already got a house in Cleveland. It's his hometown. It'd be if he was to do a quote unquote farewell tour, it's like your bookmark ending, you know, star player comes back home. The Warriors obviously is the other one. You'd stay in California, which again, like these niggas have helicopters and transportation where his family could probably stay in LA and do it. I think the Warriors one is really unlikely because, listen, man, I'm as big of a Steph fan as you can be without being Stan and weird about it. LeBron and Steph are the greatest players ever. LeBron's the second greatest player ever as far as I'm concerned. Steph is probably like right outside the top 10. Them niggas ain't competing for a title in 2027. Like, I just don't know how the Warriors, like, back Steve Kerr, like, a lineup of Steph, Draymond, and LeBron James in 2027. Like, I watched the Thunder, man. I might not like the way the Thunder play, but, like, you getting smoked. Steph, LeBron, and Draymond, you getting smoked 4-0. Maybe gentleman's sweep. I'm watching the Spurs, and I'm like, Dylan Harper, Wemby, like, Castle, Keldon Johnson, like, they gonna run right through you. Like, you're not competing. and Steph's one of my favorite players to ever watch. Like, I will enjoy watching Steph Curry shoot a basketball until he finally decides I won't do this shit no more. That's just, that team just can't win, man. The Cavs, I could make a case because they're in the East. I've just seen LeBron do it so many damn times that, like, yeah, maybe if you're the third option with James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, y'all could probably get to a finals. But, like, you're not beating the Spurs, you're not beating the Thunder. That would be in my opinion, that'd just be a bad look. Like, that ain't even really like a good team at this point. Like, the Warriors lost in the play-in. And I don't think 42-year-old LeBron James is the difference between the play-in and winning a title.
No, I mean, him and Steph, man, ain't neither one of them niggas gonna play 60 games.
That's a fact. Like, again, huge Steph fan, man. And I do, to some degree, like, LeBron don't, let's be honest. Like, I know Luka kind of took over the Lakers from, like, he's younger, he's in his prime and that perspective, but, like, LeBron don't want to go to Steph's team. Like,
I'm not even a nigga. Like, I'm not the nigga that believe the Lakers is Luka team.
I agree with you, but
like, I think, and not to say,
Lakers.
Not to say that Luka ain't the best player, but it won't be his team until LeBron leaves.
No, I agree 1,000%. Steph is probably one of, man, is Steph like the only nigga in the league that if LeBron went there, it's definitively the other guy's team?
Oh, you saying as far as the still being Steph's team?
The Thunder? Yeah. Like, okay, I'd give the Spurs Thunder. It'd still be SGA's team. It'd still be Wemby's team.
I think it'll still be Ant's team. I think it'll still be Anthony Edwards' team.
That's tough. Like, I want to say yes, you're right, but like,
because Ant ain't the nigga to defer. Ant ain't the nigga to look at LeBron and say, yeah, I got to take a step back for LeBron.
I agree with you on play style. I agree with that. That'd be tough. I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree with you for right now. That's tough. Who else would we have? I'm trying to think really quick, like around the league. Like, I think LeBron could go to New York. Like, no bullshit. I think he'd go to New York and it would be his team over Jalen Brunson's, unless exactly this year Jalen and the Knicks win the title. Otherwise, I'm like, there's a real argument. Like, LeBron could go to New York and it's like, nigga, LeBron's James is in New York. Like, we've been waiting for this.
You think Detroit is LeBron team?
Absolutely. Like, that's because you not only have to be better than LeBron, which there's a handful of, and I'm trying to, like, LeBron is still probably borderline top 10. Like, he's just that great. Like, he's that smart at basketball. So but it's not just being better than him. You also got to have like unique star power. I don't think if he go to have star power to beat him. They're just better and in their prime.
Yeah, man, Wemby in his prime already in year 3. So that man, but
look, man, I'm throwing out all the rules with that nigga. They might win the title and their 3 best players are 22, 21, and 20. Like, these niggas were just in the lottery. Like,
I don't know if he's the best. I don't think he's the best player if he go to the Celtics.
So not
the best player, but I don't think it's his team. Not the best player, but I don't think the Celtics are his team. Those might be the only teams I can really think of.
I can hear the argument. It's tough. Like,
well, I'm saying, who are you saying perceives it as his team?
Like, I think he'd go to the Rockets.
Who like, I guess from whose perspective are you saying it's like do you think like you saying like if he go there the niggas there gonna feel
fans
like it's his team?
Media. This is a half-ass answer, but somewhere between like fans, media, and the players on the team, yes, it's like some combination of that.
I don't think the players in Boston don't think it's LeBron's team.
How many niggas still on the team that LeBron was beating in the Eastern Conference Finals? It's probably just Brown and Tatum. I don't think anybody else left over from that team.
Yeah, that's about it.
Like if I sunned y'all when y'all was supposed to be the guys, like they're still my team. Like I'm walking in there like that at least. Like y'all niggas supposed to have this bitch like 3 years earlier, and I still kept whooping y'all ass on these. Like
I think that would
I remember
only
they had the
apply if I was gonna say I think that would only apply like if he would have if they wouldn't have won.
oh like if they were still ringless.
Yeah, like I think if I go on to win one after that, like it's still a little different versus if like I was still chasing a ring.
Nah, it's fair. Also, I'm an idiot. Jokic would still be Jokic's team, even though LeBron would be the biggest celebrity on the Nuggets by a mile. But that would still be Jokic's team. He's got the MVPs. He got a ring. Um, LeBron might take Jamal Murray's spot though. Like niggas wouldn't even be like, who's the best duo in the league? Niggas, that'd be LeBron and Jokic real quick before it's Jokic and Murray.
Hmm.
Um, that basketball wise too, if you could put LeBron, like if you trade Aaron Gordon and put LeBron in that role, that Nuggets team could win a title. Like if your LeBron is your Aaron Gordon, like that team could win.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. And I mean, one thing you know about LeBron, he's gonna be available for playoffs.
that's man, that shit is insane. The entire league is full of like in they prime, like to be an NBA athlete is so incredible, and like these niggas is dropping like flies. LeBron is 41 out here playing fucking 30 plus minutes a night, playing 70 plus games. Like he's the way the league is trending. Like LeBron is probably your last Iron Man.
Hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, no disrespect to Mikal Bridges, who I know that nigga's played fucking every game since middle school. Like, no
Last
disrespect to Mikal
superstar Iron
Bridges.
Man.
Yeah, there you go. Like, Mikal Bridges had perfect attendance for like since he was 10, so he don't count. Um,
Hmm.
real quick here before we check out. It's a slightly shorter episode, but again, we're back next week as well. Tony will be joining us. The uh, oh, I'm wait here real quick. Oh, there he goes. The bit a week to go. So just going over the series really quick. Pistons, Cavs. Who you think coming out from that series to go to the Eastern Conference Finals? Obviously, the Knicks already swept. Knicks is like beating people's ass. They're not just winning games; they beat people's ass. Um, but Cavs, Pistons. Who do you think's joining them in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Mm, I might pick the Cavs. I think I like. I
Okay.
think I like the Pistons more, but I just think I think the offense on that side, I don't like the offense for the Cavs. Is like, I mean, not the Cavs, but the offense for the Pistons is just shaky.
Tough. No, that's valid. Using James Harden, James Harden in the playoffs, man, is
He showed up
it's
for him the last two games though.
but he did. No, he's at home. He's been good. On the road, that nigga's been a disaster. Like the second he's out of the Cleveland, fucking once he's out of the state of Ohio, these playoffs has been rough. Um, other series is Spurs Wolves. Spurs up 3-2. Who do you think's joining the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Hey, this is gonna be a fire clip if they come back.
Shout out to my nigga
Also,
Anthony Edwards, man.
again, and this is my last question here before we check out. Tony always says it's like niggas like you or they don't. So James Harden made several Western Conference Finals with the Rockets, and that's where some of his biggest playoff like bad games came from, and so they were obviously super publicized because they would usually be the only game on that night, and you watch this nigga go fucking 3 for 15. Is it unfair to like we kill James Harden collectively for playoff struggles, and Ant getting to his third straight Western Conference Finals, we're gonna view as like a great achievement because the Thunder historically existing at that same time, also Wemby's emergence this year, like becoming a realized player, like are we gonna look at Ant's 3 straight Western Conference Finals appearances differently than James Harden?
Mm, I think so, but I think also like I think they, I think Ant being younger, I'm pretty sure Ant is younger than James Harden was when he was making it. But then also I think too.
Yeah.
I think James Harden, when you win MVPs and you're doing and you starting to get you have people looking at you considering you like the best player in the league and things like that. It's other expectations that come with that for you to solidify that. But then also, I think Anthony Edwards is like the Timberwolves don't have like a legitimate second scorer.
No, it's facts.
So it's like I think the things that they do, and Julius Randle is like either Julius Randle or Jaden McDaniels, which I know Julius Randle I think is like the second scoring option of the solidified like second option as far as scoring, but most pretty much every other team in the playoffs he will be their third option, if not further down than that.
No, it's a fact. Hey, shout out to Jaden McDaniels though. Jaden McDaniels has been hooping this playoffs. That clip now is like that's an all timer. Like
What he said, they all bad defenders.
Like, and then they got Kevin Durant. That shit was. Yeah, he went out and backed it up.
But
like,
yeah, so it's like I think.
Years ago, and Ant was like, "Oh no, my bad. You go."
No, you said a few years ago when Ant said what?
And said, "Look, man, they got Kevin Durant, but we got Jaden McDaniels. Like, and because it was like Jaden's like either his rookie year or his second year, and it was like, I don't know if that's the one you want to go at, like, because Durant was, I think that's Brooklyn Durant.
Yeah.
So like one of his last like health.
Or nah, because they wouldn't have played each other.
Hey, look, man. Oh yeah, so it would have had to be Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Right? Where Durant grew up? Durant went from Brooklyn, Brooklyn to Phoenix.
Yeah, it was Phoenix.
Yeah, that nigga said, "Look, man, I know they got the 7-foot, 30-point per game guy, but like, nigga, y'all ain't seen Jaden McDaniels hoop
Well, yeah,
all time.
Jaden
gonna be paid. Like this Timberwolves team is gonna look different because."
And I think Jaden is good too. Like I just think when you think about just every team, probably mostly pretty much every other team that made the playoffs. Everybody pretty much has a legitimate like second option as far as scoring. Maybe the only other team you could really argue is the Pistons.
That Duran's real. It's supposed to be. He's just having a terrible playoffs.
But like other than that, like what team would Julius Randle or Jaden McDaniels go to and be the second scoring option in the playoffs?
The lottery teams. No.
Like, exactly. So it's like when you think about it, like when you think about like the teams that Ant-Man has been kind of doing this with, you could kind of look at it, and not to say that they don't have talent, because I mean, even a healthy Dante DiVincenzo, he can hoop. Julius Randle can ball, but he just like when you talk about second options on a team, he's further down the list. So I think he's and is probably doing more with a little bit less than a lot of other teams.
No, it's a fact. The Timberwolves are built like a 2000s Western Conference team. Like you got Gobert and Randall as like two bigs who can play defense. They strong. You got one isolated scorer in Anthony Edwards, and then you got not so much this year. Like DiVincenzo took over the point guard role. Well, really, Ant is damn near the point guard. Like it's a weird like him and DiVincenzo kind of split it, but like also shout out to my last statement before we head out is like, if y'all want a revisionist history, at least make that shit seem believable. I had niggas tell me, Shannon Sharp specifically. Shannon Sharp tried to tell me the Lakers ain't ever had, like when the Lakers were bad, they didn't get on primetime games. They only got primetime games when LeBron came back.
Oh yeah,
like,
I was watching that clip.
And people pulled up the numbers like in 17-18, which was a terrible Lakers year, or the year before LeBron got there, 16, 17, 17, 18, whatever's the year right before LeBron got there. He's been there for 8 years now. It was like them niggas was second in primetime games to only the fucking Warriors. And it was like, that was obviously like the peak of their dynasty. So it's like, Lakers always been on TV. Also, him like a week ago being like, people don't realize like Kobe didn't have the responsibility. Like Derek Fisher ran the offense. I'm like, nigga, Derek Fisher never ran an offense. It was the triangle. They didn't have like a real point guard. That's valid. But don't try to sit there and tell me Derek Fisher. Them niggas traded Derek Fisher to Utah for family reasons. And then Utah, as soon as the family reasons were over, like Utah said, all right, y'all can have this nigga back. Like, we didn't really want him. They just had the doctors down here. So, let's. I fuck with Shannon Sharp, all-time Bronco. Nightcap is great, but like, let's be serious. If we're going through revisionist history, let's try to be a little serious. Not fucking throw Derek Fisher in conversations he ain't never been a part of. That Derek Fisher averaged 5 points and 2 assists. Like, let's not get crazy. Hey man, with that being said, like I said, Tony's gonna be back with us next week. Appreciate you guys as always. Don't forget, check us out: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We live on Twitch every Wednesday. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter every Wednesday, 4:30 to 6. Never been late. Appreciate y'all as always. We're gonna see you next week.
For sure.